Hey everyone, it's Will, Gamer Dad, with another video for you. So in this video, we're going to actually do a couple of different things. It's going to be a little bit different than before. Firstly, I'd like to show how to get all of Deirdre's 3 VC Grasta, and then I'll show you the process of combining them into the true VC Grasta. So, I'm not sure if you've seen that before, but anyways, hope this helps you guys discover how to get that if you don't already know. Now, if you haven't already, make sure you like and subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. I also do have a Patreon account for those who want to support me this way. So you can see here, you do have to kill 10 of each of those tempered dogs, as well as the rippling mushroom. So those 2 new super bosses in update 2.3.1. And then once you do that, go back to Rind and sleep until evening. This is the one in the alternate time layers, and walk over to that guy and trade it in. So keep in mind that in order to activate it, you can see the requirements are those special fragments times 20. Those are pretty easy to get. Now, in order to bring it from the first level to the second level, the problem is you'll need those special crystals. And you can see you need 10 of these in order to upgrade. So what you do have to do is you actually have to shred any of the upgraded proofs that you already have in order to awaken to fully awaken the VC. And keep in mind, you don't want to shred any proofs that you can't get back. So, only shred the VC Grasta that you can easily farm, such as like Paladin, Katsuguchi, any of those. Don't shred the ones you cannot find. Otherwise, it'll be either difficult or impossible to replace, especially the treatise ones. Now, after you have all 3, you can come over here to the future. And this is the Cat Shrine Remnants. And you just go to this particular place, exchange for the Unified Knight True Proof, which is the higher end one. And we're just going to equip it right now. And there you go. The stats are really good. Power and endurance plus 15. Most of the true VC Grasta, or the proofs, have a 15-15 stats. Now for the last Grasta, keep in mind that you'll have to come back here to Space-Time Rift if you weren't successful the first time in Serena Coast Parallel. So you can see it's right there on page 2. And what you have to do is you have to kill everything in 8 turns and make it to the other side, which is the right side, for that one event where you have to go back to Rind. Now in the next part of this video, we're going to review Deirdre with Manifest, so her gameplay and a 5-star review. And of course, the most important question of all is
she hot or not?
Well, I do like the purple hair, and the fact that she's all powered up with her like a little fireball. Yeah, she's pretty hot. I mean, her armor really matches, as well as the Farewheel weapon. So she is a little bit slow, only 202 speed, but her power is alright, like a fighter. Now her VC is okay, partially defensive, and partially aggressive. You got the physical resistance down, and the speed down as well. So her 3 moves that we're going with is the Blood Cruelty. So this is one of the 2 that's enhanced by the Manifest weapon. So power plus 70% for 3 turns, and inflict pain guaranteed, ignore target resistance. Note that before, without the upgrade, you're taking damage 30% to her. So not that that's a huge upgrade, but still, you'll need that for the second part of her upgraded Chaos Saber. So definitely use this as one of your setup moves in order to move forward, especially right before VC, right before the AF, or during the AF as a first move. Now you have some other options here, but Dark Rays is probably the other one you're going to go with in the middle slot. Bear in mind that I actually spam everything on the right slot, so you might have a different setup than I do. And this one has Earth Resistance down 25%, as well as restore users HP. And you really want that, because the Chaos Saber is enhanced with the full HP. That being said, I mean, on an Earth DPS team, you probably have other people applying better versions of Earth Resistance. Still, very versatile in having that with her. And finally, 3 times XL slash. Physical resistance down 30% stackable. That means 30, 45, and then 60% total. And increased damage with pain, and increased damage with full HP. So very powerful upgrade with the Manifest. Keep in mind that even with the physical resistance down 60%, that means your whole team, if it's physical based, and I hope that at this point everyone has a physical earth team or a physical slash team, she will really enhance the damage of everybody. And bear in mind that if you stack various debuffs, you're going to get the benefit of all of those. So here's her 5-star board. These are the 2 moves that are her 5-star. Even as a 4-star, she wasn't too bad. I know some of us did have to use her to fight Leviathan back in the day when we didn't have a lot of 5-star Earth DPS. But there's a reason why she's one of the best Earth DPS characters in the game, even for a free character. And here's my Pain Grasta setup. So some people have asked, why use Pain Grasta over regular Elemental Grasta? And the reason is, if you use Pain and Elemental, they have multiplying damage effects, as opposed to just straight additive effects with 20, 20, 30 for a total of 70. So let's take her on the spin. You can see that when she's full HP, she does about 17,000 to one of those floating phantoms, and without full HP about 12 or 13,000. So essentially 50% more damage at full. Now against some of the horrors in the game, we're going to start off with applying pain status, obviously. Keep in mind that we're not at full HP. Look at the damage we can already do. 128,000 times 3, and the pain kills it off. So against people weak to earth, she is an absolute powerhouse. I'm going to do things a little bit differently this time. We're going to actually do a damage analysis on the, the punching bag here in Nagsham. So I realized that the Nagsham punching bag doesn't have any weaknesses, so you don't really see the double damage that you can see against some of the bosses. Good thing though is it has a lot of HP, so we can use the statuses such as pain and leave it on, or the other debuffs, in order to enhance our team, just to kind of see battle test or damage test to see what we're up against. And we're going to use Deirdre with Manifest, first of all on an Earth DPS team, and then on a Slash DPS team. Now I realized that as you watch through this video, and I realized this after the fact, my setup of this 5-turn rotation in order to do the max damage to the punching bag is probably not the most efficient. So if you want to leave some comments below, feel free to, in terms of doing some suggestions for me to maximize the damage. But I was just actually fooling around and just kind of see where we're at. I realized that I can really stack the critical damage up with Miumpha's VC, as well as using Radius to help with the slash damage for the time being. So we're just going to do this and just figure out what we're going to do. Keep in mind that within 4 turns we will have a full AF bar, and you have to activate the AF on the 5th turn when it says turns left 1, because if you don't, you lose, the battle will be over. Alright, so we still have 1 turn left, and if you're wondering why I'm using the slash zone, it's just to kind of power everyone up for a little bit longer, and now we're going to switch back Miumpha for the Earth zone. So just kind of getting the timing in. Keep in mind that mana is faster, so we're going to have her bring in Miumpha for Earth again, and then we're going to have Serene come in again. And the reason for Serene coming in last, if you haven't seen my other videos, is so that we can get maximum power and speed boost with her VC. So at this point, we're going to do everything we need to. We have Pain already applied with my Nandaria Edge, and the great thing is 4 stacks of Earth Resistance debuff, and we have Power down, which doesn't really matter. We've stacked all the physical resistance down because we've already done 3 turns of Chaos Saber, and we started off with Blood Cruelty, and obviously you can see that Deirdre is doing much more damage than everyone else on the team. Even against AS Nagy, AS Nagy did what, 1 million? 1.3 there? She's doing 6 million, 2.2 times 3. So she's out damaging AS Nagy by a long shot. And even with the Strangle crit, it was like 6 million. And 3 hits of Chaos Saber is essentially like 6 or 7 million. So you can easily see that she is great. And again, I will emphasize, she's a free 5-star. So I mean, the game is very generous in the fact that you get a great amount of free characters, some which are amazing, some are decent, I mean some are okay. And hey, when you get 50 million damage, you do get another gold badge, so that's nice. 50 extra stones to summon half a bot. Okay, so we're going to go with a Slash team this time, and again I realized that my rotations and the way I set up probably isn't the best. so I do apologize for that. I could always tinker around with it in the future, but for the time being, I just actually wanted to get the hang of it. I usually don't spend a lot of time analyzing and kind of generating massive amounts of damage. In general, when I play the game, all I'm trying to do is use the tools that I have to finish the content in a reasonable manner and hopefully share some of those strategies with you. I won't confess to be the most amazing player in this game, but enough to get by. Certainly no guru, but good enough. Alright, so doing some more slash damage. We're going to set up here. Keep in mind that again, we're going to emphasize by using slash zone to finish off as opposed to earth zone. So if you're wondering why I'm leaving Nympha in the back, we're going to use her in I guess around now, so that we can get the enhanced 50% increased damage. And keep in mind that she has the enhanced VC Grasta, so the enhanced damage lasts for 2 turns instead of 1. So that's very, very useful in increasing the crit damage by 50%. And if you're wondering where the guaranteed crits are coming from, it's coming from AS rendering. So there we go. And I realized also that I mistimed the VC, because technically Renry should come in at the same time as Radius to enhance everyone's fire damage by 35% if we were using an all fire team. In this case, we actually have a mixed earth and fire DPS. And keep in mind that Radius is considered earth DPS, although she's not really the most powerful. Some other effects that you can do is, instead of leaving Radius in during the AF, you can actually leave her out, switch AS Renry back in, and have 4 top slash DPS. So we're going to start things the same way as we did with the Earth DPS team, being that, again, we rely on Nagi AS to apply the pain, and then we're going to do the blood cruelty and keep on doing damage. Note that with the criticals, again, the damage is very similar even with slash zone. Now we don't have Earth zone on, but hey, look at the damage here. The only problem is that it's not guaranteed to have tons of crits until Blazing Dance kind of enhances the damage. And there you go, 6.8 just like before. The benefit at the end here is we have 2 Megalin's Castle characters, so we're going to have a VC. And no, I didn't use the enhanced Megalin's Castle VC Grasta, but at the end of the day, look at that. Tons and tons of damage. 58 million to be exact. Just imagine how much damage we could have generated if the enemy is either weak to slash or to earth. Anyways, in conclusion, I love using Deirdre. She is a definite enhancement on my earth or slash DPS team, and she will definitely be one of the top 3 or 4 characters that I have on both teams. Unless I pull something even more amazing like AS Annabelle or something like that in the future and have to find some good synergies. No complaints from using her at all. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.